Psychologists say there are special moments, usually deep at night, when even the most composed and strong men feel an inexplicable emptiness. They pick up their phone, mindlessly scroll through contacts, and suddenly stop at one name: yours. But they don't send the message, they just stare and think. This is about the imprint you left inside. Psychology tells us we don't miss people themselves. We miss the state they brought us into. That's why a man can start thinking about you months or even years later, not because of coincidences, but because you touched a depth in him that very few ever reach. And the truth is, not every woman leaves that kind of mark. Not every presence turns into a memory that returns in silence. So what makes the difference? Why is it you who surfaces in his thoughts when the night feels too long? Why does the thought visit him, "I lost something truly valuable"? The answer lies in 4 psychological principles. They're simple, but they're exactly what makes a woman unforgettable. Not through games or manipulation, but through her inner state, her choices, and the way she knows how to be close. First, he misses you if it felt calm around you. The world is constantly pressing in. Expectations, comparisons, responsibility, fears. Even the most confident man carries tension he rarely speaks about. And many relationships only add to that burden with demands, control, emotional roller coasters. But sometimes he meets a woman around whom he doesn't need to defend himself, doesn't need to prove anything, doesn't need to be someone else. If he could exhale with you, be honest, laugh without strain, you became his place of calm. And the loss of calm is felt most sharply. We don't remember phrases, we remember feelings. And if you were silence in his noise, he'll look for that feeling again and again, and won't find it. That's when longing appears. Second, he misses you if you knew how to give freedom. Love is often confused with total merging. Men rarely admit it, but freedom is a necessity for them. Many mistake love for constant closeness, messages all day, reports on every step, no boundaries. But closeness without space is suffocating. And suffocation doesn't create love. It creates irritation. Psychology calls this reactance theory. When our freedom is restricted, we instinctively push back, even from what we love. When you didn't panic over pauses, didn't demand proof of love every hour, you gave him a rare gift: trust. And trust whispers, "I believe in you enough to let you be yourself." That doesn't mean disappearing. It means balance, loving without losing yourself, giving without clinging. And then you become unforgettable, because every man feels the difference between a woman who needs him and a woman who chooses him. Third, he misses you if you were whole without him. A man doesn't long for a woman who is dependent on him. He longs for a woman who knew how to enjoy life, grow, and live her own life. If your happiness didn't depend on his attention, if you had your own interests, goals, and energy, you became magnetic. Because true attraction is born not from need, but from value. And when he realizes he lost a woman who could be happy even without him, it hits especially hard. Fourth, he misses you if you left with dignity. People get stuck on the unfinished. When there are no loud scenes, accusations, or emotional chaos, the story stays open in the mind. If you didn't tear your soul apart, didn't try to explain and prove everything, you left space for questions, and questions don't let go. You are not a set of explanations. You are depth that can't be fully understood in one go.
And the main thing, if you're asking yourself, how can I make him miss me? That's already the wrong vector. A much more important question is this: how can I become so full and alive that I wouldn't want to lose myself for anyone? When you choose growth instead of chasing, you stop needing validation. And then, whether he misses you or not, stops being the center of your life. And that is the strongest position of all. And finally, if these words resonated with you, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to hear texts like this more often. We continue.